Noah Sinclair stared at the white linen tablecloth, the Manhattan restaurant humming with wealth around him. He didn't do blind dates. Didn't do vulnerability. His empire was built on control, and this felt like handing the reins to chaos. "You won't last an hour," Lucas had taunted 3 days ago. "You're too cold. Too guarded." "Watch me," Noah had fired back. Pride. That's what brought him here. The restaurant door swung open. She walked in like she owned the space without trying. Dark hair caught the low light, emerald dress flowing against curves that made his chest tighten. But it was her eyes that stopped him. They weren't impressed. They were assessing. She reached his table. "You must be Noah." Her voice carried no tremor, no eagerness. Just calm certainty. He stood, extending his hand. "And you agreed to this insanity because?" "Lost a bet." A smile played at her lips. "So did I." She sat, folding her hands with practiced grace. "I'm Olivia." The waiter poured wine and vanished. Noah leaned back, studying her. "What kind of bet?" "My best friend thinks I'm married to my work. Said I needed to put myself out there." She sipped her wine. "What about you?" "My friend thinks I'm incapable of sitting through dinner without checking my phone." "Are you?" He met her gaze. "We'll see." She didn't flinch. Didn't flatter. Instead, she asked, "What do you actually care about, Noah?" "Not what you do. What keeps you up at night?" The question hit like a punch. No one asked him that. They asked about his net worth, his properties, his connections. "Winning," he said carefully. "That's not an answer. That's a defense mechanism." His jaw tightened. "You always this direct with strangers?" "Only the ones who think charm can replace honesty." Something cracked in his chest. He set down his glass. "I care about not ending up like my father. Broke, bitter, and blaming everyone else." Her expression softened. "I run a nonprofit. Education reform. I fund scholarships for kids who start with nothing." "Why?" "Because I was one of them. I know what one chance can do." The conversation unraveled from there, thread by thread. She asked about his childhood, not his portfolio. His fears, not his conquests. And somehow, impossibly, he answered. 2 hours vanished. She glanced at her watch. "I should go. Have dinner with me again." The words escaped before he could cage them. Olivia's eyes searched his face. "You're serious?" "I don't waste time on things that don't matter." She stood slowly, grabbing her coat. At the door, she turned back. "One more date, Noah. But next time, I choose the place." He watched her disappear into the night, pulse hammering in a way it hadn't in years. His phone buzzed. "Lucas. Well? Did you survive?" Noah typed back, "She's different." What he didn't type: "She saw through every wall I've ever built, and I think I want her to tear down more." 3 days later, Noah stood outside her brownstone. She emerged in a navy dress, locking the door behind her. "You're early," she noted. "You're worth it." She slid into his car, and they drove in comfortable silence to a rooftop restaurant overlooking the glittering city. As they sat, she turned to him. "You use charm like armor, don't you? And you use honesty like a weapon." She smiled. "Good. Then we're even." The waiter brought menus, but neither looked down. "Tell me something real," she said. "Something you've never told anyone." Noah's throat tightened. "I built everything I have because I'm terrified of losing it. Every deal, every acquisition. It's all about control." "Control over what?" "The future. The past. Myself." She reached across the table, fingers brushing his. You can't control everything, Noah. I know. That's what scares me. Her phone buzzed. She glanced down, and her face went pale. What's wrong? She pulled her hand back. I need to tell you something. But not here. His stomach dropped. Olivia. My organization. We're being audited. Someone tipped off the board about financial discrepancies. Her voice cracked. Noah, they think I'm embezzling. Are you? Her eyes flashed. No. But someone wants them to think I am. And I have 24 hours to prove my innocence or lose everything I've built. She stood abruptly. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have come tonight. I just thought. Thought what? That maybe for a few hours, I could pretend my life wasn't falling apart. Noah stood, blocking her path. Let me help. You don't even know me. I know enough. His voice dropped. And I don't let people I care about fight alone. Her breath hitched. Why would you do that? Because someone's setting you up. And I'm very good at finding out who. She stared at him, torn between pride and desperation. One condition, he said. You trust me. Completely. Olivia's jaw clenched. Then, slowly, she nodded. Okay. Noah pulled out his phone. Then we start now. Who has access to your accounts? My CFO, my assistant, and... She froze. And Marcus. My ex-fiancé. He's on the board. Noah's blood went cold. When did you break up? 6 months ago. He wanted me to merge my nonprofit with his father's foundation. I refused. Because? Because his father's foundation is a tax shelter. I wasn't going to let my work become someone's write-off. Noah's mind raced. He's retaliating. I don't have proof. Then we get it. He grabbed his coat. But we do this my way. No rules. No mercy. She met his gaze, something dangerous flickering in her eyes. No mercy. As they left the restaurant, Noah's phone buzzed again. An unknown number. Stay away from Olivia Hart, or you'll regret it. He deleted the message without showing her. This wasn't just about helping anymore. Someone had just made it personal. Olivia's apartment was smaller than Noah expected. Books lined every wall, and the scent of jasmine tea hung in the air. She handed him a flash drive. Everything's on here. Financial records, donor lists, board meeting minutes. He plugged it into his laptop. Numbers flooded the screen. Your CFO signed off on these transfers? Rachel's been with me since the beginning. She wouldn't. People change when money's involved. Not Rachel. Olivia's voice hardened. She grew up in the same neighborhood I did. She knows what this work means. Noah pulled up wire transfer logs. His jaw clenched. Someone moved $200,000 through a shell account 3 weeks ago. The signature authorization code is yours. That's impossible. I never approved that. Someone who knows your codes did. He looked up. Who has that kind of access? She paced, fingers pressed to her temples. Marcus set up our digital security 2 years ago. Before we broke up. He kept a backdoor. We don't know that. Olivia. Noah stood, closing the laptop. I've built my career on reading people. Your ex is dirty. The question is how dirty. She stopped pacing. If Marcus framed me, he's been planning this for months. That means he's desperate. Desperate men are dangerous. Then we make him more desperate. Force his hand. How? Noah's smile was cold. We tell him you found new funding. A major donor who's about to write a check that makes his father's foundation irrelevant. Who? Me. Olivia's eyes widened. Noah, that's millions. I have millions. He stepped closer. But more importantly, when Marcus hears I'm involved, he'll panic. Panicked people make mistakes. She searched his face. Why are you really doing this? Because you matter. You barely know me. I know you're not a liar. I know you built something real while people like Marcus buy their way into relevance. His voice dropped. And I know what it's like to have everything you've worked for threatened by someone who thinks they're untouchable. Her breath caught. Your father. He tried to take my first company. Said he deserved it because he gave me life. Noah's fists clenched. He didn't win. Marcus won't either. Olivia closed the distance between them. If we do this, there's no going back. Marcus will come after both of us. Let him try. She held his gaze, something unspoken passing between them. Then she nodded. Okay. We do this. Noah made the call that night. By morning, every major news outlet in the city reported his $10 million donation to Olivia's nonprofit. His phone exploded. Lucas called twice. His board demanded a meeting. But it was the message from an unknown number that made his blood run cold. You were warned. Attached was a photo of Olivia leaving her apartment that morning. Noah forwarded it to his head of security. Then he called Olivia. Don't go anywhere alone. Noah, what happened? Someone's watching you. I'm sending a security team. This is insane. This is necessary. He grabbed his keys. I'm coming over. Noah. What? Her voice softened. Thank you. For believing me. He swallowed hard. Always. When he arrived, two men in suits stood outside her building. Olivia opened the door before he could knock, pulling him inside. Your security team is terrifying. They're the best. He scanned her apartment, checking windows, locks. You're staying somewhere else tonight. I'm not running. You're not. You're being smart. He turned to face her. Marcus knows I'm involved now. That changes everything. Good. Then he'll make a mistake. Or he'll escalate. She stepped closer, her hand finding his chest. I'm not afraid of him. You should be. I'm more afraid of losing everything I've built. Of letting those kids down. Her eyes glistened. They're counting on me, Noah. He covered her hand with his. Then we don't lose. The moment stretched, charged with something neither had named yet. Noah's thumb traced circles on her wrist, feeling her pulse hammer beneath his touch. Olivia. Don't. Don't what? Don't make me feel something I can't afford to feel right now. His jaw tightened. What if I already do? She pulled back, wrapping her arms around herself. Then you're an idiot. Because I'm a mess. My life is imploding, and anyone close to me becomes collateral damage. I'm not afraid of collateral damage. You should be. Before he could respond, his phone rang. His head of security. Talk to me. We traced the photo. It was taken from inside a car registered to Marcus Dalton's company. Noah's vision tunneled. Where is he now? His office. But boss, there's something else. Financial records show Marcus's father's foundation is underwater. They're drowning in debt. How much? 50 million. And climbing. Noah ended the call, mind racing. Marcus isn't just retaliating. He's desperate. His father's foundation is failing, and he needs your nonprofit to save it. Olivia's face went white. If he forces a merger while I'm under investigation, he gets access to everything. My donors, my funds. And he buries his father's debts in your organization. By the time anyone realizes, it's too late. We have to stop him. We will. But we need proof. Noah grabbed his jacket. I'm going to his office. Then I'm coming with you. Olivia. Don't argue. This is my fight. He stared at her, seeing the steel beneath the surface. Finally, he nodded. Stay close. They arrived at Marcus's building just as the sun set, casting long shadows across the glass facade. Noah's security team cleared the way. Marcus's assistant tried to stop them. Noah didn't break stride. The office door swung open. Marcus Dalton sat behind a mahogany desk, whiskey in hand. He didn't look surprised. Noah Sinclair. I've been expecting you. Then you know why I'm here. Marcus's smile was cold. To play White Knight? How predictable. His eyes slid to Olivia. And you brought the damsel. How touching. Olivia stepped forward. Drop the audit. Admit what you did. And why would I do that? Because I have proof. Marcus's smile faltered. Just for a second. Noah moved to the desk, pulling out his phone. Wire transfers. Shell accounts. All traced back to you. Drop the investigation, or I release this to the SEC. You're bluffing. Try me. The room went silent. Marcus's knuckles whitened around his glass. You think you've won? He laughed, bitter and sharp. You have no idea what you've started. My father doesn't lose. And neither do I. Noah leaned in close. Neither do I. And unlike you, I don't hide behind Daddy's money when I fight. Marcus stood abruptly. Get out. Gladly. Noah grabbed Olivia's hand. The SEC gets the files tomorrow. Enjoy your last night of freedom. They were halfway to the elevator when Marcus called out. Olivia. She turned. You think he cares about you? Marcus's voice dripped venom. He's using you. Just like he uses everyone. You're wrong. Am I? Ask him about the Riverside project. Ask him what he did to the families who wouldn't sell. Olivia's hand tensed in Noah's grip. She looked up at him, questions forming in her eyes. Don't listen to him, Noah said quietly. What's the Riverside project? Marcus laughed. He didn't tell you? Oh, this is rich. Noah. Her voice cracked. What is he talking about? Noah's throat closed. Because Marcus was right. And Olivia was about to find out exactly who she'd trusted. The elevator doors closed behind them, sealing them in suffocating silence. Olivia pulled her hand free. What's the Riverside project? Noah stared at the descending numbers. It's not what you think. Then tell me what it is. The elevator dinged. Ground floor. He didn't move. Noah. 3 years ago, I bought land for a development. Riverside District. Low-income housing area. Her face went pale. What did you do? I needed the block. All of it. Most families took the buyout. Fair market value, relocation assistance. Most? His jaw tightened. 5 families refused. Said it was their home. I couldn't build without them. What did you do? Her voice was ice. I found code violations. Health and safety issues. Got the city to condemn the buildings. Olivia stepped back like he'd struck her. You forced them out. I gave them more money than those properties were worth. You destroyed their homes. It was business. It was cruel. Her eyes blazed. Those were families, Noah. People with lives and memories and nowhere else to go. Just like I was. The words hit like a blade. Olivia. Don't. Tears tracked down her face. I defended you. I trusted you. And you're exactly what Marcus said. A man who uses people. That's not true. Isn't it? You swooped in when I was desperate. Played hero. Made me believe you actually cared. Her voice broke. Was any of it real? Or am I just another project you needed to acquire? Stop. Why? Because the truth hurts? Because Saint Noah doesn't like being called out? He grabbed her shoulders. Because I love you. Don't make me feel something I can't afford to feel right now. His jaw tightened. What if I already do? She pulled back, wrapping her arms around herself. Then you're an idiot. Because I'm a mess. My life is imploding, and anyone close to me becomes collateral damage. I'm not afraid of collateral damage. You should be. Before he could respond, his phone rang. His head of security. Talk to me. We traced the photo. It was taken from inside a car registered to Marcus Dalton's company. Noah's vision tunneled. Where is he now? His office. But boss, there's something else. Financial records show Marcus's father's foundation is underwater. They're drowning in debt. How much? 50 million. And climbing. Noah ended the call, mind racing. Marcus isn't just retaliating. He's desperate. His father's foundation is failing, and he needs your nonprofit to save it. Olivia's face went white. If he forces a merger while I'm under investigation, he gets access to everything. My donors, my funds. And he buries his father's debts in your organization. By the time anyone realizes, it's too late. We have to stop him. We will. But we need proof. Noah grabbed his jacket. I'm going to his office. Then I'm coming with you. Olivia. Don't argue. This is my fight. He stared at her, seeing the steel beneath the surface. Finally, he nodded. Stay close. They arrived at Marcus's building just as the sun set, casting long shadows across the glass facade. Noah's security team cleared the way. Marcus's assistant tried to stop them. Noah didn't break stride. The office door swung open. Marcus Dalton sat behind a mahogany desk, whiskey in hand. He didn't look surprised. Noah Sinclair. I've been expecting you. Then you know why I'm here. Marcus's smile was cold. To play White Knight? How predictable. His eyes slid to Olivia. And you brought the damsel. How touching. Olivia stepped forward. Drop the audit. Admit what you did. And why would I do that? Because I have proof. Marcus's smile faltered. Just for a second. Noah moved to the desk, pulling out his phone. Wire transfers. Shell accounts. All traced back to you. Drop the investigation, or I release this to the SEC. You're bluffing. Try me. The room went silent. Marcus's knuckles whitened around his glass. You think you've won? He laughed, bitter and sharp. You have no idea what you've started. My father doesn't lose. And neither do I. Noah leaned in close. Neither do I. And unlike you, I don't hide behind daddy's money when I fight. Marcus stood abruptly. Get out. Gladly. Noah grabbed Olivia's hand. The SEC gets the files tomorrow. Enjoy your last night of freedom. They were halfway to the elevator when Marcus called out. Olivia. She turned. You think he cares about you? Marcus's voice dripped venom. He's using you. Just like he uses everyone. You're wrong. Am I? Ask him about the Riverside project. Ask him what he did to the families who wouldn't sell. Olivia's hand tensed in Noah's grip. She looked up at him, questions forming in her eyes. Don't listen to him, Noah said quietly. What's the Riverside project? Marcus laughed. He didn't tell you? Oh, this is rich. Noah. Her voice cracked. What is he talking about? Noah's throat closed. Because Marcus was right. And Olivia was about to find out exactly who she'd trusted. The elevator doors closed behind them, sealing them in suffocating silence. Olivia pulled her hand free. What's the Riverside project? Noah stared at the descending numbers. It's not what you think. Then tell me what it is. The elevator dinged. Ground floor. He didn't move. Noah. 3 years ago, I bought land for a development. Riverside District. Low-income housing area. Her face went pale. What did you do? I needed the block. All of it. Most families took the buyout. Fair market value, relocation assistance. Most? His jaw tightened. 5 families refused. Said it was their home. I couldn't build without them. What did you do? Her voice was ice. I found code violations. Health and safety issues. Got the city to condemn the buildings. Olivia stepped back like he'd struck her. You forced them out. I gave them more money than those properties were worth. You destroyed their homes. It was business. It was cruel. Her eyes blazed. Those were families, Noah. People with lives and memories and nowhere else to go. Just like I was. The words hit like a blade. Olivia. Don't. Tears tracked down her face. I defended you. I trusted you. And you're exactly what Marcus said. A man who uses people. That's not true. Isn't it? You swooped in when I was desperate. Played hero. Made me believe you actually cared. Her voice broke. Was any of it real? Or am I just another project you needed to acquire? Stop. Why? Because the truth hurts? Because Saint Noah doesn't like being called out? He grabbed her shoulders. Because I love you. The words echoed in the empty lobby. Olivia froze. What? I love you. His voice cracked. I didn't plan it. Didn't want it. But somewhere between that first date and now, you became the only thing that matters. Not my empire. Not my reputation. You. She shook her head, tears falling faster. You don't get to love me after what you did. I know what I did was wrong. I knew it then. I've carried that guilt every single day. Then why didn't you tell me? Because I was terrified you'd look at me exactly the way you are now. Like I'm a monster. You should have told me anyway. She wiped her face. You should have trusted me to decide if I could forgive you. Would you have? Silence stretched between them, answer enough. Olivia turned toward the door. I need to go. Let me drive you. No. She didn't look back. I need space. From all of this. From you. He watched her disappear into the night, something vital tearing loose in his chest. His phone buzzed. Lucas. Saw the news. You okay? Noah typed back, no. He didn't go home. Instead, he drove to Riverside, parking outside the building he'd erected where those 5 families once lived. Glass and steel reached toward the sky, luxury condos that sold for millions. He'd told himself it was progress. That he'd done the right thing. But standing there now, all he saw was what he'd destroyed. His phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Mr. Sinclair. The voice was unfamiliar, mechanical. You've made a powerful enemy. Who is this? Someone who thinks you should know the truth about Olivia Hart. His blood went cold. What truth? Her nonprofit isn't as clean as she claims. Check the donor list from 4 years ago. Specifically, October 15th. The line went dead. Noah sat in his car, staring at his phone. Every instinct screamed trap. But curiosity won. He pulled up the files Olivia had given him, scrolling to October 15th, 4 years ago. His heart stopped. There, among the donors, Dalton Family Foundation. $500,000. Marcus's father had funded Olivia's organization from the beginning. Which meant she'd been connected to the Daltons long before she claimed. Before their relationship. Before everything. Noah's mind raced. Had she known Marcus would sabotage her? Was this whole thing orchestrated? No. He'd seen her fear. Her desperation. Unless she was a better actress than he thought. His phone buzzed again. This time, a photo. Olivia and Marcus. 2 years ago. His arm around her waist, her laughing at something he said. The timestamp, 6 months before she claimed they broke up. Noah's world tilted. Either Olivia had lied about when they ended, or Marcus had kept photos to use against her later. He needed answers. Now. He drove to her apartment, taking the stairs 2 at a time. Her door was ajar. Olivia? No response. Noah pushed inside, heart hammering. The apartment was dark, furniture overturned. Signs of a struggle. Olivia. A note lay on the coffee table, words scrawled in furious handwriting. You took what was mine. Now I'm taking what's yours. Come alone to Pier 17. Midnight. Or she pays for your mistakes. Noah's hands shook. Marcus had her. He pulled out his phone to call the police, then stopped. Come alone, the note said. If he brought authorities, Marcus might panic. He couldn't risk Olivia's life. But going alone meant walking into a trap. His phone rang. Olivia's number. Olivia? Noah. Her voice was weak, terrified. Don't come. It's a trap. He's going to kill you. Where are you? Pier 17, but Noah, please. Just call the police. Don't try to be a hero. I'm not leaving you. He'll shoot you the second you arrive. Then I die knowing I tried to save you. Noah. She was crying now. I'm sorry. For everything I said. You're not a monster. You're the best man I've ever known, and I love you too. The line went dead. Noah stood in her destroyed apartment, choice crystallizing. He could call for help. Do this the smart way. Or he could go alone and hope he was fast enough to save her. His father's voice echoed in his mind, you always choose wrong, boy. Always the emotional play. For once, his father was right. Noah grabbed his keys and ran. Pier 17 loomed in the darkness, abandoned warehouses casting twisted shadows across empty docks. Noah parked a block away, approaching on foot. The pier was silent except for water lapping against wood. Marcus. A light clicked on inside the nearest warehouse. Noah moved toward it, every nerve screaming danger. He stepped through the door. Marcus stood in the center of the space, gun pointed at Olivia. She was tied to a chair, blood trickling from a cut on her forehead. You came, Marcus said. I'm almost impressed. Let her go. This is between us. Oh, it's so much bigger than that now. Marcus's smile was unhinged. You destroyed my reputation. Ruined my father's foundation. Cost me everything. You did that yourself when you tried to frame an innocent woman. Innocent? Marcus laughed. Tell him, Olivia. Tell him how innocent you are. Olivia's eyes met Noah's, filled with shame. What's he talking about? I knew, she whispered. About the Riverside project. I knew before we met. Noah's world shattered. What? Marcus told me. Months ago. Said you were a monster who destroyed families for profit. I believed him. So this was what? Revenge? No. I mean, at first, maybe. Lucas set up the blind date at Marcus's request. I was supposed to get close to you, make you vulnerable. Tears streamed down her face. But then I met you, and everything changed. You weren't who Marcus said you were. You were real, and kind, and broken in the same ways I am. You used me. I fell in love with you. After lying to me. His voice cracked. Everything was a setup. Every moment, every conversation. Not the love. That was real. That's why I couldn't go through with Marcus's plan. That's why I'm here now, because I chose you over him and he can't stand it. Marcus raised the gun higher. Enough. This ends tonight. You both took everything from me. Now I take everything from you. He aimed at Olivia. Noah didn't think. He lunged. The gun went off, deafening in the enclosed space. Pain exploded in Noah's shoulder as he crashed into Marcus. They hit the ground hard, wrestling for the weapon. Noah! Olivia screamed. He slammed Marcus's hand against concrete until fingers released. The gun skittered away. Marcus shoved him off, scrambling for the weapon. Noah grabbed his ankle, pulling him back. Blood poured from his shoulder, making his grip weak. Marcus kicked free, reaching the gun. He spun, aiming at Noah's chest. Game over. A gunshot cracked through the air. Marcus stumbled, eyes wide. Blood bloomed across his shirt. He looked down, confused, then collapsed. Behind him, Olivia stood with the fallen gun in her shaking hands. I couldn't let him kill you, she whispered. I couldn't. The gun clattered from her fingers. Noah staggered to his feet, pressing his hand to his bleeding shoulder. Olivia. She stared at Marcus's body, shock settling over her features. What did I do? What did I do? Sirens wailed in the distance. Noah pulled out his phone with his good hand, calling his security team. We need cleanup. Pier 17. Now. Then he stumbled to Olivia, pulling her into his arms with his uninjured side. She sobbed against his chest. I killed him. I killed him. You saved us both. I'm a murderer. You're a survivor. He tilted her face up. But we need to get our story straight. Right now. Through her tears, understanding dawned. Noah, we can't lie to the police. We tell them the truth. He kidnapped you. Shot me. You got the gun in the struggle and fired in self-defense. His eyes bore into hers. That's exactly what happened. But I planned to use you. I lied. That doesn't matter now. What matters is we're alive. Blue and red lights flooded the warehouse. Noah held Olivia tighter, knowing everything had changed. The truth was out. The lies were exposed. And somehow, covered in blood and betrayal, they'd have to find a way forward. If there even was one. The hospital room smelled of antiseptic and regret. Noah lay propped against pillows, his shoulder wrapped in white bandages, pain medication dulling the edge of physical agony but doing nothing for the rest. Olivia sat in the corner chair, staring at her hands. They'd scrubbed away Marcus's blood hours ago, but she kept looking at them like the stains were still there. "You should go home," Noah said quietly. "I killed someone. You saved us. Does that make it better?" Her voice was hollow. "Does it change what I did? What I am now?" "Olivia. Don't." She finally looked at him, eyes red and raw. "Don't tell me it's okay. Nothing about this is okay. I took a life. I lied to you. I manipulated you. You fell in love with me. That doesn't erase the lies." She stood abruptly, pacing. "You trusted me, and I used that trust. Marcus was right. I'm no better than he was. That's not true. Isn't it? I knew what he'd done to you. Knew about Riverside. And I still agreed to get close to you for revenge." Noah struggled to sit up straighter, gritting against the pain. "Why did you agree?" She stopped pacing. "What? When Marcus told you about Riverside, why did you say yes to his plan?" Tears welled in her eyes. "Because I was angry. Because men like you always win, and people like me always lose. My parents lost their home when I was 12 to a developer who wanted the land. We lived in our car for 6 months." Her voice cracked. "When Marcus showed me what you'd done to those families, I saw my parents. I wanted you to hurt the way we hurt. So you hurt me." "Yes." The word broke on a sob. "I hurt you. And I hate myself for it." "Good." She blinked. "What?" "You should hate what you did." "I hate what I did." He held her gaze. "But hating ourselves doesn't change the past. It just destroys the future. There is no future. Not for us." "Why not?" "Because this is broken, Noah. We're broken. How do we come back from this much damage?" "I don't know." His voice was raw. "But I know I don't want to lose you. Even after everything, I don't want to walk away." Olivia wrapped her arms around herself. "You should. I'm poison. Then I choose poison. Stop being noble." "I'm not being noble. I'm being selfish." He pushed himself up despite the pain, crossing to her. "You're the only person who's ever made me want to be better. Not richer. Not more powerful. Better. And I'm not giving that up because we both made mistakes. They weren't mistakes. They were choices. Then we make better choices. Starting now." She searched his face, desperate and afraid. "How? How do we trust each other after this? We rebuild. One truth at a time. I don't know if I can. Try. Please." He reached for her hand. "Give us one chance to do this right." She stared at their joined hands, wrestling with something unseen. Finally, she nodded. "One chance. But no more lies. Not ever. No more lies." The door opened. A detective stepped inside, notepad in hand. "Mr. Sinclair. Ms. Hart. I need to ask a few more questions." The questioning took hours. They stuck to their story. Marcus kidnapped Olivia, lured Noah to the pier, shot him, and Olivia grabbed the gun in self-defense. Mostly true. Enough true. The detective finally left with a promise to follow up. Olivia slumped in her chair. "They're going to find out." "Find out what?" "That I planned this. That I wanted to hurt you." "No, they won't. Because Marcus is dead, and he's the only one who knew the full story. Lucas knows he set up the blind date." Noah's jaw tightened. "Lucas won't say anything." "You can't know that. I know Lucas. He's my brother in everything but blood. He'll protect us." Olivia closed her eyes. This is wrong. All of it. Maybe. But it's survival. He held her gaze. Marcus would have killed us both. You did what you had to do. Don't let guilt destroy you. She was silent for a long moment. Then, quietly, what happens to my nonprofit? What do you mean? The investigation. The board. Marcus might be dead, but the questions don't disappear with him. Noah had already thought about this. I have lawyers working on it. We'll prove the transfers were fraudulent. Your reputation will be cleared. And if it's not? Then we rebuild. Under a new name if we have to. But those kids don't lose their scholarships. I won't let that happen. Tears slipped down her cheeks. Why are you still helping me? After everything? Because those kids deserve better. And so do you. A knock interrupted them. A nurse poked her head in. Mr. Sinclair, you have a visitor. A Mr. Coleman? Lucas stepped inside, face grave. He glanced at Olivia, then at Noah. We need to talk. Alone. Olivia stood. I'll go. No. Noah grabbed her hand. Whatever Lucas has to say, you can hear it. Lucas's jaw tightened. Fine. The police came to see me. Asked about the blind date setup. Noah's blood went cold. What did you tell them? The truth. That I set it up as a favor to Marcus. Lucas's eyes were hard. What I didn't tell them was why Marcus wanted it. Or that Olivia knew. Lucas. Don't. His voice cut like glass. Don't ask me to lie to the police, Noah. I've covered for you plenty of times, but this? This is accessory after the fact. This is conspiracy. I'm not asking you to lie. I'm asking you to protect her. She tried to destroy you. And she didn't. Noah's grip on Olivia's hand tightened. She chose me. Over Marcus. Over revenge. That has to count for something. Lucas stared at them both, conflict warring across his features. You're really doing this? After she used you? I hurt people too, Lucas. I destroyed families for profit. At least Olivia was trying to protect people. I was just being greedy. That's different. Is it? Silence filled the room. Finally, Lucas exhaled. Fine. I'll keep my mouth shut. But Noah, this doesn't end well. Secrets like this, they rot everything they touch. I know. Do you? Because from where I'm standing, you're choosing her over everything else. Your reputation. Your business. Your freedom. Noah looked at Olivia, seeing the fear and hope and guilt tangled in her expression. Yes. I'm choosing her. Lucas shook his head. Then you're a fool. But you're my fool. He turned to Olivia. You hurt him again, I won't be so understanding. Clear? She nodded. Crystal. Good. Lucas moved to the door, then paused. Marcus's father is making noise. Wants a full investigation into his son's death. Says there's more to the story. Noah's stomach dropped. Can he prove anything? Not yet. But he's motivated. And he has resources. So do I. Noah, the man just lost his son. He's not going to stop. Neither am I. Lucas left with a final warning look. Olivia sank into her chair. This is going to get worse, isn't it? Probably. We could run. Disappear. That's not who we are. Who are we, Noah? Really? He studied her, this woman who'd lied to him, saved him, broken him, and somehow made him whole again. We're two people who made terrible choices and are trying to do better. He reached for her hand again. And we're going to fight like hell to survive this. She squeezed his fingers. Together? Together. But even as he said it, Noah felt the weight of their secrets pressing down. Lucas was right. Secrets rotted everything they touched. And theirs were about to destroy them both. A week later, Noah's phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Mr. Sinclair, this is Detective Morrison. We've received new evidence regarding Marcus Dalton's death. I need you and Ms. Hart to come to the station. What evidence? Security footage from a camera near the pier. It shows you arriving before the reported time of the shooting. Noah's heart stopped. That's impossible. Is it? Because the footage suggests you had time to plan this. To stage the scene. We're innocent. Then you won't mind coming in to explain. Bring Ms. Hart. This afternoon. The line went dead. Noah stared at his phone, mind racing. The footage was fake. It had to be. Marcus's father was manufacturing evidence. But even fake evidence could destroy them if they couldn't prove it was doctored. He called Olivia. We have a problem. What kind of problem? The kind that could send us both to prison. Her breathing hitched. What do we do? Noah closed his eyes, weighing their options. Come clean and face the consequences. Or fight dirty and risk everything. He thought of those families at Riverside. The choices he'd made to build his empire. He'd always chosen power over principle. But maybe it was time to make a different choice. We tell the truth, he said quietly. All of it. Noah. I won't let you go to prison for killing Marcus. Not when he was trying to murder us. But if we admit I knew about Riverside, if we admit this was a setup, they'll think we planned his death. Then we make them understand. We show them the evidence of his fraud, his threats, his violence. We prove self-defense. And if that's not enough? Noah's throat tightened. Then I take the fall. I'll say I manipulated you. That you were a victim of my schemes. No. Olivia. I won't let you sacrifice yourself for me. And I won't watch you destroyed because I couldn't protect you. This is my choice. Tears filled her eyes. I love you. I love you too. That's why I have to do this. No. Her voice turned to steel. We face this together. Both of us. Or neither of us. Olivia. I mean it, Noah. I'm done running from my mistakes. Done letting other people pay for my choices. She took a shaking breath. We go to the station. We tell the truth. And we deal with whatever comes next. Together. Noah felt something crack in his chest, pride and love and fear tangling together. Together, he agreed. They met at the police station 2 hours later. Detective Morrison led them to an interrogation room, files spread across the table. Before we begin, Noah said, I want to make a statement. The detective raised an eyebrow. I'm listening. Everything that's about to come out, every questionable decision, every secret, it's on me. Olivia was a pawn in a game she didn't start and didn't want to play. If charges need to be filed, they should be against me. Noble. But I think Ms. Hart can speak for herself. Morrison turned to Olivia. Is that true? Were you just a pawn? Olivia met Noah's eyes, then looked at the detective. No, she said clearly. I made my own choices. And I'm ready to face the consequences. Noah's heart clenched. But he didn't argue. This was what courage looked like. Not running. Not hiding. But standing in the wreckage of your mistakes and refusing to let someone else clean up the mess. The detective opened the first file. Then let's start from the beginning. The interrogation lasted 6 hours. Noah and Olivia laid it all bare. The blind date setup. Marcus's plan for revenge. The Riverside Project and Olivia's initial desire for retribution. The fraud, the kidnapping, the gun. Every truth. Every lie. Every choice that led them to that pier. Detective Morrison listened, his expression unreadable. When they finished, he leaned back in his chair. "That's quite a story." "It's the truth," Olivia said. "Parts of it check out. Marcus's financial records show the fraud. Security footage from earlier that night confirms the kidnapping." He tapped his pen against the table. "But the pier footage bothers me." "It's doctored," Noah said. "Marcus's father is trying to frame us. We're having our tech team analyze it." Morrison stood. "You're both free to go. For now. But don't leave the city." They walked out into the fading sunlight, exhaustion weighing on every step. "What happens now?" Olivia asked. "We wait. And hope the truth is enough." She turned to face him. "Noah, if this goes badly, if they charge us, I need you to know something." "What?" "I don't regret meeting you. Even with everything that happened, all the pain and lies and blood, I don't regret it. You changed me. Made me believe I could be more than my anger." "Olivia. Let me finish." Tears gathered in her eyes. "If we go to prison, if we lose everything, I need you to know that loving you was the first real thing I've done in years. The first choice that felt true." He pulled her close, careful of his healing shoulder. "Whatever happens, we face it together. No more running. No more lies." She pressed her face to his chest. "Promise me something. Anything. Promise me you won't become cynical again. Don't let this destroy the good in you." "I promise." "If you promise me something too." "What?" "Don't let guilt consume you. Marcus made his choices. You made yours. And you chose life over death. That matters." She nodded against him. "Okay." They stood there as the sun set, two broken people clinging to each other in the wreckage. 3 weeks passed. The tech team confirmed the pier footage was manipulated. Marcus's father had hired someone to doctor the timestamps, creating false evidence. The district attorney declined to press charges. Olivia's nonprofit was cleared of all fraud allegations. Donors returned. The board reinstated her as director. Noah's shoulder healed, leaving only a scar as a reminder. They should have been celebrating. Instead, they sat on Olivia's fire escape, watching the city lights flicker on one by one. "What do we do now?" she asked. "What do you want to do?" She was quiet for a long moment. "I want to be with you. But I don't know how to be the person you need." "What if you're already that person?" "I'm not. I'm damaged. Scared. I see Marcus's face every time I close my eyes." "So do I. Along with those families from Riverside. We both carry ghosts, Olivia. That doesn't mean we can't build something real." She turned to him, moonlight catching in her hair. "What if we hurt each other again? Then we forgive each other. And try harder. Is it really that simple?" "No. It's going to be complicated and messy and hard. We're going to fight. We're going to trigger each other's wounds. But I'd rather fight with you than be comfortable with anyone else." A small smile touched her lips. "You're such a romantic when you're being honest. Only for you." She leaned into him, and he wrapped his arm around her shoulders. They sat in silence, breathing in sync. Finally, Olivia spoke. "I have an idea." "What?" "The Riverside families. The ones you displaced. I want to find them. Help them. Maybe create housing programs or scholarships for their kids. Noah's chest tightened. You'd do that? We'd do that. Together. It won't undo what happened, but maybe it starts making things right. He kissed her forehead. When do we start? Tomorrow. If you're sure. I'm sure. She looked up at him, eyes searching. Are we really going to be okay? I don't know. But I know I want to try. With you. Only you. Even knowing what I'm capable of. Especially knowing. You're strong enough to do hard things. Strong enough to face your mistakes. That's the person I love. Tears spilled down her cheeks. I love you too. God help me, I love you too. He kissed her then, gentle and sure. Not the desperate passion of before, but something deeper. More permanent. When they pulled apart, Olivia rested her head on his shoulder. Tell me something true. Something good. Noah thought about his empire, his money, all the things he'd once believed defined him. None of it mattered compared to this moment. I spent my whole life building walls, he said quietly. Protecting myself from being hurt the way my father hurt me. And then you showed up and crashed through every single one. You terrified me. You still do. Why? Because you make me feel things I can't control. You make me want to be vulnerable. And that's the scariest thing in the world. She lifted her head, studying his face. What if I promise to be gentle with that vulnerability? What if I promise the same? Then maybe we have a chance. He smiled. Just maybe? Definitely. We definitely have a chance. They stayed on that fire escape until dawn broke over the city, painting the sky in shades of gold and pink. A new day. A clean slate. Not perfect. Never perfect. But real. 6 months later, Noah stood in front of a renovated building in the Riverside district. Olivia beside him, fingers laced with his. The sign above the door read, Riverside Community Center. In smaller letters, in honor of second chances. 5 families stood before them. The same 5 he'd displaced 3 years ago. An older woman stepped forward. Her name was Maria. She'd lost her home of 30 years because of him. Mr. Sinclair, she said. Ms. Hart. What you've done here, it doesn't erase the past. Noah nodded. I know. But it gives us a future. And that's something. She extended her hand. Thank you. He shook it, throat tight with emotion. They spent the day helping families move into new affordable housing units Noah had funded. Olivia's nonprofit would run education programs from the community center. It wasn't enough. Could never be enough to undo the damage. But it was a start. That night, they returned to the apartment they now shared. Olivia collapsed on the couch, exhausted. We did good today, she said. We did. Noah sat beside her, pulling her close. You did good. We're in this together, remember? Always. She tilted her face up. Ask me. Ask you what? The question you've been carrying in your pocket for 3 weeks. His heart stuttered. How did you know? I know you, Noah Sinclair. Every tell. Every secret. Even the good ones. He pulled out the small velvet box, hands trembling. I was going to wait. Make it romantic. This is romantic. Olivia Hart. He opened the box, revealing a simple diamond ring. Will you marry a man who's spent most of his life being selfish and cruel but is trying every day to be better? Will you build a life with someone as broken as you are? Will you take a chance on us? Tears streamed down her face. Yes. To all of it. Yes. He slid the ring onto her finger, and she kissed him like she was sealing a vow. When they pulled apart, she laughed through her tears. We're really doing this? Having second thoughts? Never. You? Not a single one. She curled against him, and they sat in comfortable silence, watching the city lights twinkle through the window. They weren't perfect. Their past would always carry shadows. But they'd chosen each other, scars and all. And in a world that demanded perfection, that felt like the bravest thing they'd ever done. Months turned to years. They married in a small ceremony, only close friends in attendance. Lucas stood as best man, pride evident in his eyes despite his earlier doubts. Olivia's nonprofit expanded, reaching thousands of students. Noah's business shifted focus, investing in community development rather than displacement. They fought sometimes. Triggered old wounds. But they always came back to each other, choosing forgiveness over resentment. On their third anniversary, they stood on a beach at sunset, waves crashing at their feet. Do you ever wonder what would have happened if we'd never met? Olivia asked. I'd probably still be a cynical bastard building empires and destroying lives. She smiled. And I'd be so focused on work I'd forget to actually live. Guess we saved each other. Guess we did. He pulled her close, breathing in the salt air and her jasmine perfume. I love you. I love you too. They stood there as the sun dipped below the horizon, two people who'd found each other in the darkest moments and chose to walk into the light together. It wasn't a fairy tale. It was better. It was real. And real was enough. The end.